Listen to it, and welcome to episode 21.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, my podcast is Man Cave. Glenn Stewart, and you're Johnny Gates, and that's David Allen over there by Johnny, and I got good-looking Tyler Blanchard by me.
It just can't get rid of me.
Well, no, the thing is Tyler was a little nervous, and you know, you're like
What you nervous about, man?
I needed some moral support.
Yeah, he needed a fluffer.
Yeah. You gotta. Here's the thing. Like,
I don't know what the hell y'all signed me up for here. But
It's only going to be funny if you listen to the preamble.
yeah.
Well, look, so now y'all know. Y'all better listen. Y'all better get on Spotify and Anchor and all that other shit and
But yeah,
start
that's the
listening to
thing.
the earlier. Otherwise, this is going to look really, really...
Just like now, people
I
think
don't know
are
if I'm gonna change
now
the
people are going to be
camera.
thinking that David's actually reaching under the table right now.
Just like your first time, the more guys you got cheering you on, the better.
Right.
God, that's actually accurate. When I
I
lost,
didn't go to college.
Yeah.
no, man, like I lost my virginity to a little bit of a rotund girl, and it was in a swimming pool with a bunch of guys cheering me on.
Well,
That was,
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't say no at that point. But it was your V card. It was supposed to be special. I've been really bitter
I
ever
feel like
since.
that's pretty special circumstance.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
Sounds like
Yeah, it's-
y'all were responsible for the
Every-
wave pool.
Yeah. I was gonna say everything except the pool sounded great to me
Yeah.
because, like, I've had sex in pools and hot
It's
tubs,
not
and,
great.
It's
and it's
not
just like
pleasant.
it's a novelty. It's
Yeah.
a novelty.
I
You do-
usually end up just lifting her up out of the water at
Yeah.
that point.
yeah.
Yeah, well, nobody wants chlorine rash.
Well, nobody wants a bunch of water pumped up into their vagina.
If you get the
Well,
right, if you get
it
the right
depends
whore,
on the
it's
girl.
like-
Because some girls pay money for that.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's finally getting it cleaned out.
it's a first.
Thanks, buddy.
It's gotten into places I've never seen before.
I guess you can go ahead and dump that load off in me. I've got so much chlorine in there.
That
It's
was
all
so it
gonna
all.
die.
I
No,
had-
because that's
I
how
had
the
a-
sperms swim.
You
It's
were
like,
talking.
we were trained for this.
You were talking about jokes like with you, the tantric. I remember I
Yeah.
used to do this horrible joke where I talk about a woman coming, and my mouth was perfectly cupped to her vagina, and it shot through my nose. Right? It was very
Like the
explosive.
old milk trick.
Yeah.
It's called the Alaskan fire dragon, actually.
No, but my point is I used to tell him, I said, and look, I'm going to tell you right now, the worst part about it was there's places in your face you can't get pussy juice out of. It's going to smell for weeks. It's going to be trapped in there
Like Glenn
for
actually
weeks.
picked up a cocaine habit just to try and get that pussy juice lodged out of it. Just be like, if I
Does
get enough
anybody
grains,
else smell a fish? Why am I in Brookshire's?
the shrimp
Gotta
fried rice
widen
have
out
just
that
hit the
nasal
table.
cavity. Maybe it'll clear itself out.
Say what?
Hmm?
What'd you say?
You got to widen out that nasal cavity.
How the
What
fuck
are
do
those
you
things
widen
use
your...
whenever you have
With cocaine.
like a
Yeah.
flu,
Oh,
It deteriorates all the
where
insides
you
and shit.
blow water up your nose?
like, oh,
So
that-
I've heard.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you're talking
I can't
about.
think
It's
of
not a
who's
neti
doing it.
pot. It's that other thing.
Is it a neti pot?
Yeah, neti pot will get some shit up your nose.
Oh, well, maybe you should try that.
It's called a saltwater rinse, and it's a specialized thing where you just pump salt water through your
Look, listen here, Captain.
through your
It's
sinuses.
It's like a nose
Billy
douche.
Bob Encyclopedia over there.
It's a nasal douche.
No, it's a nasal. Nasal.
I
no,
like
it's,
nasal.
no,
I like the-
no, it's. I know what it's called now.
Are
God,
you sure?
It's called a
'Cause
nasal.
I
Like,
lost it.
there's nothing I
Oh.
love more than putting some nanal beads up there.
Nanal?
Nanal.
Nanal beads?
Yeah.
Nanal beads.
Wow. Look at
Man,
that.
that's gonna be a really odd episode. We're so revealing.
It gets so sexual when he's around. Look at him. He's a fucking smoke show.
Well, you know, that's why when Glenn invited me over, I was like, well, I got to add a visual aesthetic to,
Yeah.
this.
He's a
Little
fucking
circus
smoke
you got
show.
going on.
I'm
But I
comfortable
did the
enough
wall.
in my
Yeah, but I
masculinity.
did the
Right.
wall.
Is my wall not good looking enough? My wall's not good looking enough?
Would you like me to go
Jesus.
stand by the wall? So just
I think your beauty would disappear.
I think a wiener. I think at least one wiener would splooge if you were up
Mahogany
against that
just
wall.
absorbs
Yeah,
it.
that cherry over there is just, you have no idea how much better looking that is. Look at the wood grain on
He's
it.
gonna. He's about to bust that cherry wood.
What would you
Well-
do if Tyler walked over there and the wall just ate him? Just like, oh, you're mine now, bitch.
You would see an outline where I used to be.
And not disclose that ever happened, and I would leave Shreveport forever.
Is there anything you'd like to put on
I
this
would
before
shit
we
my
sell
pants
it?
because I have slept right there on that floor, right by where the
And the
wall
wall
ate
has
them.
never
No,
eaten
no,
me.
I'm not worried about the wall not finding me attractive enough to eat. I'm worried about the fact that somebody just got murdered by my wall.
Yeah,
by a fucking wall.
You would
Do you
find-
not understand the joke that you're trying to make here?
Right.
It's a wall, motherfucker. I'm getting out of here.
You would find me in
Episode
Kansas.
21 over.
You would find me in Kansas in a house with no walls. Like that's,
And house with no
Yes.
and I would live there for 20 years, and I would be the insane man. Be like, my house has no walls.
Is that why LA has such a homeless problem? Is because their walls are eating motherfuckers?
They wouldn't have one
I'd
if
have
they
to
brought
sleep
them to
in
your
tents.
fucking garage.
I'd have to be good looking, apparently. Never mind.
Yeah, well,
Don't sound so scorned by your wall that doesn't eat people.
No, I'm not scorned. I'm just scared.
You don't like me, you son of a bitch. I'm over here
No,
doing
don't eat
push-ups.
me, please.
It would be painful. That's one of my biggest fears is
How
being
many
eaten.
splinters you think you'd get? for
Well, it
wall
depends.
No, I'm just being
I don't know if you care at that point. I mean,
I don't think
that's like the
splinters
least
are
of
your
worries.
biggest problem. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with these two.
Well, then y'all are just not being ridiculous like the rest of the fucking concept. I was
I would
just
say this whole conversation
whole
is just
bit is
ridiculous at this
fucking
point.
stupid.
Well, we've all seen The Grudge. We're all like, we're all up on walls eating people.
I'm not going to lie to you. When I watched
Spoilers, I've never seen The Grudge. Is that what happens at the end? The wall eats people?
First of all, you can't say spoilers. The Grudge has been remade like 4 times with
Don't
like
tell me
6
about
sequels.
Titanic. I don't know what happened yet.
Leonardo didn't get an Emmy.
But he did get an Omi in that vintage car.
He did.
Mm.
Is that where he showed her the O face? Uh-oh.
No, that's where he got his
Oh
wiener.
my God! I feel so sorry for your wife.
Yeah.
And how come, sir?
That's
Hey,
Jesus.
that's produced
I'm just hoping that
3
the camera
children.
was on you for that.
That's
and
produced.
then people would
It might-
That
understand.
O-face has produced 3 children.
Beautiful children. 3 beautiful fans.
That's
one
why women keep
who
their eyes
asked if
closed
he
during
could be a
sex.
guest on the podcast.
What?
One of my children asked if they could be a guest on the podcast.
Well, I think that we should do that because my nephew Wesley also wants to be on the podcast.
Oh, I get to finally click. Yes, this one's for kids.
Ye-
No, I'm
No, not with these
No,
two.
not doing that shit.
No,
Oh,
but
hell no.
They would
No.
come up here, light up a cigarette, just be like, so let me tell you why recess is bullshit.
Let me show you how my dad told me how to roll a joint.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Check this out. No. You pinch the ends first. Make a little sailboat out of it. I can show you a dollar technique, too, if I need.
Yeah, you make a sailboat in it, you put it in the water, and then when that clown gets super fucking high, you chop it up, and then you get clown spider meat. That's where it's at.
so this is totally off subject. Totally off subject.
We're not on any
Off subject
subject,
of
so you
clown
can't say
spider
that.
meat? All right, go
None
ahead.
of this I think could be considered an actual subject
Yeah,
at this
no,
point.
I agree.
So
with
I
you.
saw a thing when I was looking at some Yahoo News or whatever, and it said are these stars like us?
Terrible segue, by the way. But
No,
continue.
I said it had nothing to do
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
terrible-
Doesn't need a segue.
Terrible segue.
But it's mainly because it's going to go on with this banter. This is actually really great banter. But my point is,
Thanks for ruining it
no, it's fine. I did it.
with facts.
No, it's not facts. So basically, it said, are these stars like us?
Which stars?
I'm
Star.
Are you ready? For instance, I'm just going to get. I just want a yes or no.
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Is he like us?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, hold on. When we say like us, I want to clarify this. Are we talking about the 4 people in this room, or are we talking about general John Q. public?
Well, no. If it was the 4 people in this room, this side of the table, yes.
I think that's another good-looking comment again.
It might
It
have.
is a good-looking comment.
Hey,
I
man,
mean,
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a
I would
sexy
whistle.
motherfucker.
I would whistle at that comment as it drove by. Just be like,
Bam. Like, if you ever put me and Tyler in a vehicle together, oh, God. That sounded bad. I'm sorry this has gotten really gay the entire time you're here, Tyler.
I'm
It's
not
fine.
sure why you're trying to suck his dick on this podcast, but hey,
I'm
going
not.
to leave the camera right there.
All
so
right. Helen Hunt.
So we're switching to YouPorn instead of YouTube, right?
Sounds good to me.
it's funny. I actually had a Let's Play channel for a while, and one of our videos did end up on X Video because I said it was my preferred streaming porn service, and it got more views on X Video than the actual video on YouTube.
Of course.
I'm not gonna lie, still kind of salty about that.
You didn't make any money?
No, we weren't the ones that posted it. Like one of the people that watched our show on YouTube posted it on X Video.
So they stole it.
They stole it right from under us, but we were so enchanted by it that we let it go.
That's funny. All right, so Helen Hunt.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know none of these fucks. So maybe
You don't know Helen Hunt?
Oh yeah, she comes to your house for dinner every other Thursday. What the fuck are you talking about? No, I don't know this bitch.
You've seen her on interviews. You can kind of
then
gauge.
You're right. I absolutely do know who she is.
Yeah.
Then yeah, she's just like me.
Okay.
Yeah, she loves her dogs.
Good,
She
you-
likes to cook and
You good?
No, she doesn't. She's not like us at all.
Okay.
She's completely outside of the spectrum.
Studley?
Well, the whole point of it when we were looking this up wasn't it like that they are kind of like us? But I always,
No, it's supposed to be why they're like us.
oh yeah,
So why are
well, because
they
they
like
were showing pictures of like they're going grocery shopping, eating hot dogs and everything.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, they're
Answer the
for fuck's
question.
sake.
Answer
Yeah,
the
why are
fucking
you
question.
taking the long way
They
around
are
to get to
exactly
whatever your joke is?
Listen, they are exactly 80% water, just like me.
Okay, then in that case, I would say they are 75% like us, mostly, but not
Well,
quite.
the reason they said Matthew McConaughey was like us was because of selfies.
He takes a lot of selfies.
Yeah.
Everybody famous takes a lot of selfies. It's how they keep their brand
They said
alive.
that Helen Hunt is like us because she goes to flea markets.
Well, that's just a good deal.
I haven't been to a flea market.
They
forever,
had
dude.
Simon Cowell on the list. He puts cheese on his hot dog.
liquid cheese or like
Liquid cheese.
I'm getting down with that.
Okay?
God, how
Simon.
and he rips on people for having terrible taste all the time.
Well, he
It's
just
like
says you're a horrible singer, but that hot dog with cheese, that was a good choice.
I want
Lizzo eats
Sounded just like him.
donuts.
Yeah.
no.
I
That
believe
does
that.
not.
You don't say.
No way.
Hold on, no.
Definitely like
Eating
us.
donuts does not fucking count as like us.
Oh, no, it gets better. Jessica Biel sips smoothies.
Sips. I like mine out of a straw.
I actually saw Jessica Biel one time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was she
she's
sipping a smoothie?
No, she was walking into Blind Tiger when they still did karaoke,
Yeah.
and I had no idea. Like I was just standing outside smoking a cigarette, and this group of people walks in, and I was just like, "Oh, that was a cute girl." It took me like half the cigarette to. I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh shit.
Who the
Wait a minute. Did you? So your standard for women is so high that you're smoking a cigarette and Jessica Biel walks by and he goes, "That's a cute girl."
Well,
David Allen is like, "I've already met
I mean,
her."
okay, look,
Like,
look, not every girl I've been with is a 10, but yeah, I do have fairly high standards. But, that same night I actually got to sing karaoke with Gerard Butler because he was there too.
Yeah, no, they were over at
you
no.
didn't finish your other half of the cigarette when you saw a reasonably good-looking guy?
What song did y'all sing? Is what I'm.
I can't even remember because he was actually up singing and he saw me.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
He was actually up singing and he saw me singing along, so he stuck the microphone in my face. He's like, "Sing with me." And I was like, "Well, fuck."
And I would walk
Right.
500 miles.
No, it was clearly
I
Evanescence.
would
Just be like,
walk 500
break
more."
me to
Now, I wish I had
life."
bigger balls at the time because, Jessica Biel and Jessica Alba were both really big at this point.
Right.
And I just really wanted to go up to her and be like, "Oh, I love all your movies. You're especially good in Fantastic Four," which, of course, was Jessica Alba. But I don't think that would have gone over well.
That would not have gone over well.
Oh, he was going to mistake them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
got
was
it.
gonna neg her.
No, you really would have pissed her off. I loved you in Fantastic Four. Michael Chiklis is my favorite version of the thing. Like, guess you're not a Michael
Anyway.
Chiklis fan.
All right, so
But here's the thing: she
You had-
wouldn't have
you had-
believed you anyway because nobody enjoyed Fantastic Four.
Well, no.
So
I mean,
she would have immediately been
she
like,
saw the numbers at the box office.
"Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like clearly you're wrong about everything now."
So I was just letting y'all know that this entire list of stars.
Yeah.
Oh, continue.
It's
Yeah,
all-
can-
no, it's generic. It's generic things like Selma Blair shops.
Nice. What did she shop
No, that
Just
it cannot
shops.
just fucking say shops.
Nice.
There's got to, shops
Oh,
for
no.
fucking
Oh,
what?
Kate Moss. You've heard of her, right?
Yeah.
She reads.
the newspaper no
Look
less.
how mad he's
She
getting. Look how mad he's getting at how general
Yeah.
this is.
Like, you just took a hot woman and gave her a modicum of intelligence, and he's like, "Fuck."
Are
No,
you-
no. Here's the thing. It's not that. Here's the thing. It's that anybody walking this goddamn earth right now would assume that that woman doesn't read. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Every single person on this goddamn list reads.
Are you ready?
Well, they have to read the script, right?
Yeah, they
Right.
got to read the script. They got to read contracts. They got to read text messages.
Well, they got agents for that.
James Corden. You've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
He changes outfits.
No. Find me a person that doesn't change outfits. I would offer if you found a person that didn't change outfits, make that person famous.
I can
Right.
take you downtown right now.
Yeah,
and
there we
introduce
go.
You to 50 people that haven't changed in 17 weeks.
Yeah, and you know what? I want them to be famous. I want
Do
them
you-
to be on
they're
an
homeless.
island, and it's going to be like Temptation Island, but it's all homeless people trying to fuck each other.
You ready? Now this one is actually where it seems like it's more not as generic.
Yeah, because the flea markets thing, I was like, like somebody of
Oh, this
that
one
kind of
must be
means like
driving a
going to a flea
car.
market.
No,
Like,
They
you
change
ready?
their tires when
No,
they
you
go
ready?
flat.
Kristen Stewart
Yeah.
shops at Target, whenever I read that to Tyler earlier, I went, is she even a thing anymore?
You're mistaken. She doesn't shop at Target. She shops at Target.
Okay.
Also, like, so many times you think Kristen Stewart, like, when you first saw her
Which one
in the
is she?
Twilight movies,
Twilight, okay.
you were like, she's a pod person. She's not real. Like, she's...
The thing is, when I watched Twilight, because I was forced at gunpoint because I loved seeing the lady I was with naked, you know? But I'm going to tell you right now.
That's why it's on Napoleon Dynamite.
Forced at pussy point, really.
No part of me enjoyed that fucking movie. No part of me wasn't rooting that something would happen and, like, she'd slip on a knife. The minute I
fall
saw
on
her,
a wooden stake.
no, the minute she walked out, I'm like, oh, she can no.
No, the whole time...
The guys, like, I'm not, like, Robert Pattinson's kind of got a weird face, but the guy that played the wolf fella,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. When
Taylor
the dudes
Lautner.
are hotter than the woman in the thing, we have a problem. Now, any one of the sisters that were vampires, game on.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't there a girl from
Game on.
Shreveport in that movie?
Yeah.
All I'm going to tell you, any one of the vampire sisters, game on.
If not all of them. But no, the whole time I watched the first movie
I
of
would have
Twilight,
let them eat her. Like, just
I just wanted...
I'm sure there's a porn about that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I just
Well-
wanted Sarah Michelle Gellar to walk in, just walk into frame, look at the camera, and just nonchalantly go, "They're all gonna die," and then just walk out. Like, I want Buffy. I want more Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't care how many seasons that show got; it wasn't enough.
Let
it was
it
a
go.
goddamn treasure.
he said, let it go. The last one that I'm going to tell you about here, because the thing was, is it did a nice little thing where it was basically, they do something like flea market, and then it was eats, and then it was shops, and then it was eats, and then shops, and then Chris Hemsworth, did you know he rolls his own luggage?
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's all it takes.
That's the only thing that makes him like us.
Right.
That's it. Like, did you know that they all
I feel
breathe?
closer to
They breathe. They don't inhale
Thank you for that.
nutrients.
No, the reason I did it was because I wanted to see him lose his shit. That's it. And I know that no segue.
Fucking changes clothes. Fucking changes clothes. Who has the balls to write that?
Did you know that Bruce Willis ties his shoes?
See, that's the thing. I always figured celebrities just had people to do all this for them.
No,
Did you know Bruce
like
Lee?
even the eating part, they don't even eat.
Did you know Bruce Lee dies? Oh my God, they're so much like us.
Oh, man.
They're shuttered in a mortal coil, all except fucking Tom Cruise, and Patrick Stewart, who will continue to suckle at the teat of youth.
Wait, did you
while
see
the
that?
rest of us
Well, I wouldn't say
perish around
Patrick.
Did y'all
him.
see
I wouldn't
that?
say Patrick Stewart is suckling at the teat of youth. He's suckling at the teat of middle age at this point.
Oh, I thought you were about to go somewhere else. I was like, he's happily married. You're thinking Ian McKellen.
No,
Suckling.
Patrick Stewart has only gotten younger. That's the thing.
Pat-
Well, no, he's been 40. He's been like when he was Captain Picard, he was like 40, 50 years old, and he's been that same age ever since.
He has gotten into like early 40s now. He was like in late 40s, 50 when he was Jean-Luc Picard.
I don't know, man. I watched
There's
Conspiracy Theory the other day. He looked pretty fucked up with half his nose bitten off.
I'm gonna.
You ain't never seen that movie?
Yeah, we did.
Old movie.
You don't know Helen Hunt, but you're gonna you're gonna
No.
make a conspiracy.
But I do know Helen Cunt. What?
Helen's what?
But no, Patrick Stewart. I don't know if y'all saw that cool meme they had going out, and it's just you'll never enjoy Christmas as much as Patrick Stewart in Santa pajamas knitting, because he's just knitting. He's watching TV. He's got his glass at the end of his nose, and he's knitting in Santa Claus pajamas, and it's just like, but your Christmas will never be Patrick Stewart in Santa Claus pajamas knitting.
I'm so
Awesome.
glad he's knighted. Like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
Sir
I'm
Patrick
Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart. I'm
Forgot
so
about
glad he's
that.
fucking knighted. He is a
I just-
treasure.
I thought
Oh, yeah.
that was really crazy. That's the level
the
of
bar.
stupidity.
That's-
I mean,
when
you
they're
could-
just
how-
picking the most basic human things, like, "Hey Johnny, you
Yeah.
ready? Robert Downey Jr.
Uh-huh.
shits.
Does he wipe too?
No,
He has people for that.
I
Yeah.
have a bidet, does he?
probably.
Man,
I mean,
would
he's got that
imagine.
sweet,
I
sweet
bet.
Disney money. I mean,
That's not what I thought you were about to say. He's got that sweet, sweet Disney dick. I was like, what the fuck are you
that
talking?
Iron Man cock.
did you know
That
all
sweet, sweet
celebrities?
di- and then you hear the S come after and not C, and you're like, oh, thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, did you know all celebrities are carbon based?
What?
Yeah.
Do they have birthdays too?
No.
No.
They have birth weeks. Some of them have birth
No,
months,
because
like
the
Do they
thing-
pin
Beyonce.
money on their
No,
chest on their birthday?
I thought they just came into being. They were just begotten.
You came, you
I don't
took
know.
a picture of them doing one fucking normal thing, but you also have to think, yes, he's pushing his own luggage. into his Maserati.
Right.
It's not the same.
Here's the thing.
She's brushing her hair.
And that luggage probably cost more than my entire wardrobe.
Here's the thing. I would have appreciated that article so much more if it had been like, Beyonce ignores her friends, and it's just the other two from Destiny's Child just not doing anything.
Right.
Just texting Beyonce furiously, and Beyonce's like, maybe later.
But the pictures were also awful, too, because it was like Kendall Jenner eats hot dogs, and it's like like, we knew
Who the
that.
fuck wrote that article? You find me that author right now. They are about to get a fucking visit.
I just want you to know that I love memes, but I love it when they're like, have you seen the thing where they're like, I'm going to tell my kids this was something or another?
Yes.
My favorite one is Caitlyn Jenner, and it says, I'm going to tell my kids that this is Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
The one I saw the other day was.
So good.
Have you ever seen that movie Waiting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the fat kid, I can't remember what his name is, and then the two bussers in
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah,
I saw
they want to be rappers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
one that said, "I'm going to tell people that this is Machine Gun Kelly and Post Malone."
But yeah, they were the Jay and Silent Bob of the Waiting movie. They're like, well, get some hydroponics and we're going to run this town like the fucking mob. And then it's just like, as soon as any kind of authority figure...
You know what? You're right. I never put that together.
Yeah, no, they're a Jay and Silent Bob parody because
But they both talked.
Yeah, but they both talked because...
And the fat one talked a lot more.
yeah.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Jay and Silent Bob, when he tucks his dick to do the Silence of the Lamb dance, I always wanted abs and a gut that was the dream. I was never a thin kid.
Goodbye.
That's what you took from this?
That's all I took from it.
Well, that's been episode 21.
Yeah.
Cancel this show.
You know what? That's a
Let's redo
bold
this.
move to just be like, you know what? I'm not even going to acknowledge that he's tucking his dick in between his legs.
Just staring at his abs.
Yep, I'm just staring at his abs.
My thing
But here's
was-
the thing. Oh, no. I saw a meme, that abs on a skinny dude is like big tits on a fat chick. That doesn't count.
Well, you can't
Well, you
have
know
abs
what-
on a fat dude.
Well, first,
no.
that's not true. They have them. They're just hidden.
Well, no, they've got that thing that you can buy that clamps onto you. Have you not seen that thing?
No.
It's this piece of plastic that clamps onto you, and you draw it tight.
Do you want to know why
It's a
I
cookie
would,
dough
Hold
cutter.
on.
Like
Yeah,
I
that's
can,
basically
I can
what
have
it is.
abs in the shape of
Yeah, and-
gingerbread men right
And
now.
what
We're
you-
using that
And
technique.
what you do is you squeeze it tight on you, and it leaves the lines
Yeah.
there. And you take it off, and it lasts for like 15, 20 minutes.
See, that's why I
I can't
contour.
remember. I saw
Like,
somebody do it on a reality
I've seen the
show. It's
ab shirt.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I've seen the ab shirt.
Yeah.
And the thing is
It's got the chest too, though. That's
yeah,
the thing.
my
is-
dad,
like RoboCop.
my dad looked at me and he goes, Glenn, maybe you should try that. You work out and you're not seeing the results you want. And I said, Dad, if I put that fucking shirt on, I would look like every wrestling action figure from when I was a kid, just really wide. But
Yes.
how is he so ripped? How is his gut as wide as his shoulders? But he has abs and nope.
This dude's got rock hard chest, rock hard abs, and love handles.
Yeah,
Right.
oh man.
All right, so let's say in theory, there's a pill you could take, and after you take this pill, you would have the body you want, like fucking jacked, thing, like a
Like a
perfect
six-pack with a
six-pack,
V cut.
yeah, with
You
the
mean
V
when
cut
and
and
you got the fucking cock root and everything going?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and you're jacked and everything's great, but you would have to spend a solid month, mind you, on the toilet shitting.
down.
I mean, do you get to keep this body forever then?
No. If you gain the weight back, you'd have to go through the process again. But it's a very inexpensive pill.
Now, when you say shitting, is it like you never leave the toilet?
No, you
Like
can
5
leave.
times a day?
Yeah, closer to 6 or 7.
Oh, so just
that's
a normal
easy.
day.
Yeah,
But no. every single time that you're on the toilet, it's like 30 to 45 minute commitment.
Man,
down.
you gotta have to quit smoking cigarettes.
I wouldn't
Or just smoke, or just
smoke
vent
in the
your
bathroom.
Really, you'd want to vent out your bathroom to the maximum
Well, how long
extent.
do the results last?
Again, as long as you can
long
keep the
as
body.
all you have to do is
so you have to
maintain
keep.
it.
Oh, you have to keep up the work because that's honestly that is really the hardest part. Is somebody who does work out. It's like I hate working out. I
Yeah.
do it completely for the results,
Yeah.
and so I don't know.
Like I said, you'd keep it, because like I said, I imagine after a month of shitting, you wouldn't exactly have a huge appetite. You can kind of keep it, you wouldn't be working out or anything, but the body itself would kind of keep it, stay for maybe a couple of months.
I said, I'm down.
Yeah, just
Oh, the shitting pill?
Yeah, you damn
yeah,
right.
just
right.
because like I said, your body, wouldn't change drastically that naturally.
Because, see, the way I see it is if it's 7 times a day, 3 of those are going to catch you at work. Maybe 4.
It's an hour and a half you're
Right.
getting paid.
Right. Yeah. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. Like, I'm down. Bring the miracle. Are you fucking kidding me? They already do that.
It's called tapeworm.
That one that's like, what is it? I'm not going to say it. Something. We're going to go with hyposine. But it's like it dissolves the fat. And I'm sitting there as a person who's studied biology and anatomy. I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah. No, this would
They
work very
said
much
it
on
was.
like an acidic,
It's on
like it would
TV, they
eat
can't-
your body away.
Yeah.
They can't
Like
put
this-
something on TV that's not real.
Like it would break your body down, and you would
What?
shit out the results.
So like we were talking about Star Trek earlier, and that's not a.
That's for real.
Oh yeah, thanks.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Big Bird died.
Pull your head out of your ass. Big Bird 1 died. Just like Mike the Tiger #1 died. They just kept adding big birds. They had a bunch of them in a cage back there. Just kept feeding them.
They feed them smaller,
The
weaker
kids.
big birds.
They fill them up with wieners.
Big Bird's full of wieners. That's fucking terrible. That's horrifying.
Meme it. Somebody put that meme in the comments.
Big Bird's full of wieners. Oh, God. Never mind. I'm just going to keep it here.
So man,
And Oscar the
where you
Grouch is
been?
left
I hadn't
behind.
seen you in months. Man.
He was working.
Yeah, I work
You're
offshore.
back
dude.
offshore.
Yeah, and then I spent the last week down in Lafayette. That's where I was born. That's where my family's from.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Although oddly enough, I grew up in Ohio. But yeah, I went down there for the holidays.
Did you have a good Christmas?
It is decent.
So you grew up in Ohio and you look like that?
I don't know what that has to do with it. Hey,
Are you saying there are no attractive people in Ohio?
I'm saying
Halle
that they-
Berry's from Ohio.
Well, good. Okay, so now
And
you're
you know-
telling me 2 diamonds in a rough. Okay, I'm talking
And
about.
you know Halle Berry owns more than one pair of shoes. She's
Right.
so close to
Oh, man, she's just like me.
She's just
I'll tell you.
like
Well, I'll
I
tell you.
bet
own
she
2 pair
puts.
of
I
shoes,
bet she
too.
puts her pants on one leg at a time.
I'll
Nah,
tell
she
you
probably
this:
jumps.
the most beautiful women I've ever seen have come out of Ohio, but I've seen more beautiful women like per capita down here in Louisiana, especially down like Lafayette.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Did he
down
not go to the same Lafayette we went to?
Well,
Apparently not.
you got to realize. Here's the
There's
thing:
beautiful women
when he goes to Lafayette, other girls.
Did we go too close to New Iberia?
No, here's the thing. Here's why he has these rose-colored glasses on. If you'll allow me, when he walks into places, girls text other girls as like, there's a cute guy here. You are also cute. Get here. And their network goes out, and this phone tree electrifies, and then they all converge.
How bad do y'all want to fuck him?
Shit.
On a
Who?
scale of
Him?
one,
Yeah, you and him both, because y'all are.
I would never fuck him.
Does it make you uncomfortable knowing that they want to fuck you?
No, I'll take flattery any way I can get it.
I get it. I
Yeah.
can
Tyler,
respect
I'm
that.
gonna make some shit personally.
Oh fuck!
True here.
You want me to pause this? And
No,
just
I
go back
mean
in
it's
so I don't have to
like
edit and
me.
post?
What was it? When we travel, we make horrible jokes, and you know that whole
Yeah.
on stage for
And I'll say
money.
the audience agrees.
Thank you. Anyway,
I'm just gonna say this: I don't like body hair.
You don't like body hair?
Tyler does not have to worry about me ever attacking.
Oh
him.
yeah, I'm a pretty hairy guy.
guy.
Yeah.
So
Oddly
it's not-
enough, well, fortunately, not on my back. You know, usually if you got this going on, it's everywhere. But
Yes.
I got lucky that way.
Taco meat
Yeah,
yesterday.
we talked about your
Non-existent. It's
yeah,
not-
and then
I'm not
mine's like
hairy at
oh,
all.
dude, I had so I hit puberty like really young, right?
like 9.
Like
we
second,
couldn't
like,
tell by
yeah.
that that brow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Are you
fucking
making fun of his widow's peak?
like
No.
second grade, right?
Yeah,
You know,
2 years after he lost his virginity. So
Exactly. There I was smoking a cigarette in the first grade, talking to Mrs. Crabtree.
Yeah.
Can't believe she gave me a C on my science fair.
Well, the
So I gave her a D.
But the thing about being the only kid to hit puberty that young is nobody else has what's going on. And so, like, I was the only kid that had hair popping up. And so, like, 3 years later, my dad has the talk with me. And he's like, you know, you might start seeing
Your
some
dad
changes.
let you grow that shit for 3 years before he
Well, he
thought,
didn't
hey,
know, and I didn't tell
Yeah,
anybody.
he's like, man, 9's too early for me. I'm going to have to wait a couple of years to talk to him about that.
Well, I mean, he didn't know because, I mean, like, it's
Right.
not, like, at that point, we had stopped going to the bathroom together, you know? And your parents always took you to the bathroom and shit. No?
You just don't remember it.
Yeah.
I quit taking my son to the bathroom when he turned about 5.
Yeah.
that was it.
So that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, by the
so
time
he-
you're 9, your dad's definitely not.
Yeah,
looking
so
at
he
your
It's
didn't-
just a weird phrase.
He's not inspecting his
quit
dick.
going
you
to
know?
the
Right.
bathroom.
So, but
together.
yeah, like I thought I was honestly like I thought I was a freak for like 3 years because I was the only kid that had any of this going on, and so my dad finally had to talk with me. He's like, "You're gonna start seeing some hair pop up in weird places."
You mean like this?
Yeah, and I,
look at
No
my dick,
one
I
drinks
seriously like I
that
was like,
stuff.
whew. I was like, God damn, because I really thought that I was just the weird one in the class. So yeah, I thought I was a freak for like 3 years.
Yeah.
My-
Find out he's been a freak for 30.
Indeed,
My
well,
bro-
33.
Well, no,
33. I didn't know how old you
my brother had the same issue. Looked like he was dipped in Miracle Grow.
Yeah,
Just started turning chimp.
like I had a full beard by like sophomore year.
No, I can
I
grow
had like chest hair in 5th grade.
Now,
you
see,
know?
that was the weird. That was the opposite for me. I grew a beard. I could grow a beard, but the rest of me was just this hairless, just a naked mole rat of a human being. But I had a nice goatee.
Like powder with a goatee.
Yeah, no, I could grow a beard by about 14.
Yeah.
That's when like I started having to actually shave like pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow out and like have facial hair until I was like 28, 29. Like it was
Well,
Always
see,
kept mine
I mean,
shaved.
well,
Yeah.
mine was like literally every day shaving by the time I was like 15, and then I went to a Catholic school, so I had to shave every day, and then I joined the military, so I had to shave every day. So, as you can see,
now you get the rebellion.
yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of which, I hate to bring it to Star Wars, but
Oh.
something really bothered me the other day.
Did it bother you that Baby Yoda is basically the identical twin of Gizmo?
No, I had no problem with that. But it is kind of weird that Baby Yoda does not have pupils. It's all black when
Since you said that,
regular Yoda does have
you need
pupils.
to look at the memes because there are ones where he has pupils now.
Yeah,
Since you mentioned that the other day.
that's terrifying. But no, this is not about the Mandalorian. This is about
okay.
the
Good, because I actually haven't seen it yet.
yeah. This is about the Star Wars movie franchise. The new. I have not seen the third one, so don't worry. This will
Yeah,
be a
okay.
spoiler free because I haven't even seen the third one. But here's my problem with it. The First Order, the bad guys in
Right.
this. Where's the Republic when all of this shit's going on? Like they had to form a new rebellion
Right.
when the previous rebellion established a government that should have fucking been on
Yeah,
top of.
so really, the First Order is the rebellion at this point.
Yeah, they're technically the rebellion of the government.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck? Where did they get all these starships built?
So yeah.
Where did they get all these blasters made?
So they're kind of like the Confederacy. You know, they're a rebellion, which is usually pretty sexy, but in this case, they're still the bad guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
And that's episode 21.
yeah.
Now it all come together.
But yeah, that was my whole thing. Be like, so you're telling me the Republic, like that, because they formed the Republic after the end of the
Brings
first
a whole
trilogy.
new meaning to
Right.
stars and bars.
Like that's what Luke and Leia and everybody did. Like there was the new government now. Empire's dead. They have the Republic. It's the new government. So you're saying the Republic let this random group build hundreds of starships, warships,
Right.
Get blasters out the wazoo, buy stormtrooper armor. Why was that not?
Well, I mean,
Now,
it's just a
pause.
continuation.
They
It's
were
a continuation of the Empire.
Pause.
But usually, when you defeat your enemy, you demilitarize them. That's what we always did.
Pause. I've
Yeah.
got your answer.
Okay.
You're not going to like it.
Hit me with it.
Now, you just said, how did a government allow them to do what?
Amass warships.
Okay, so what I'm going to tell to you that and look when you're going to look at me with a fuck you face. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I can only say this to you. England, American Revolution. Like they allowed them to amass a military. And then it blew up in their fucking face.
Fair. To be fair.
But what my point is if you have
no, to be-
enough space between England and America for them to amass a military.
And they were in outer space.
Right. And
That's kind of a pretty good
Yeah.
distance away.
yeah, so now we're in outer space where I'm pretty sure it's a little bit easier to hide the shady shit
Yeah.
you're up to.
Well, but the American military was actually a lot of British military who just,
it
defected.
does okay. Which did we not just say rebellion?
Okay, buddy.
Now I win.
He's technically right. He's technically right.
Right.
But may I make a counterpoint?
Counterpoint.
Yes.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
That's the best counterpoint ever.
Thank you.
I-
I win.
I think
I
we
like
can-
your logic, sir.
I think we
Sir.
can really just really drill down the point of Luke, Leia, and Han Solo and everybody in the rebellion leadership did not know how to fucking form a government. I think that's really where I think the Republic was shit from the beginning, and
Well,
just
and Leia was raised by diplomats. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Can I be so ballsy as to say that maybe a galactic government is just a little too fucking big to control? How do you police in a galactic?
I mean, how
you don't.
The European Union doesn't work, so how's the fucking Galactic Republic supposed
No,
to?
what I'm saying.
I
is-
have no dog in this fight.
No, but you're smart enough to go. The galaxy.
They
is
have-
I love that we're having
Well,
a
but
serious
hold on.
conversation
Yeah.
about this.
But here's the
Galaxy
thing.
does have these guys that are the guardians of it. There's not very many.
But no, it's not just that.
5 or
Star
6,
Trek,
right?
the fucking Federation did it right.
No.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. Otherwise, Klingons wouldn't be like roasting people's shit.
No, the Klingons are part of the Federation now.
No, they're allies of the Federation. They're not part of it.
Now, didn't
the
we learn
Klingon
anything from World War II about allies? It all goes to weird. Because Russia became an ally
All goes to
after.
who has the most money.
My point is,
and that would be the Ferengi who never do anything.
Right. They're like Switzerland.
They are Switzerland. They literally they preach about their neutrality. They're just neutral traders.
I'm just saying that I had no dog in this fight, and then I brought a very logical.
And you know what?
I'm kind of worried about. I'm kind of worried
stands.
about how people watching this are going to now know how nerdy I am.
Yeah.
Oh God, because God.
Tell us
forbid-
about the D&D character you made last week. That would be
Right.
What color
That's
did
actually
you
one
paint
thing
the
I never did.
heads? Oh, you never did D&D?
Nah, I
Me
never got
neither,
into it.
man. Look at us.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
know he's done a few double D's.
There you go.
I hate that we all responded that way. Did I just say that? Like that joke is so fucking like
It was so infantile.
infantile, and we were all like, he has sex with girls with big boobs. Well, that's worth something.
That's valuable.
It's like, let's not talk about like maybe she was really nice.
Right.
Maybe she was a
She had a
sweet
great
girl.
personality.
Yeah, she had huge tracts of
You
land.
just go. She had a great She had a great personality.
She had huge tracts of land.
Yes.
I'm sorry, am I the only
It
Monty
was her.
Python nerd
It was
here?
her big heart that really got to me.
Well, she needed it to pump all
Those
the blood to
ma-
them
those
titties.
massive
Right.
dreams she had. Well, so are you gonna you still doing comedy?
Oh yeah, when I get the chance.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, what made you get into comedy?
that is a good question. I think it was a combination of like deep-seated self-loathing and hubris. Because I mean, you
Well,
gotta-
that's the common cocktail, yeah. But
Yeah.
like what, like
well, like you have to hate yourself enough to want to be humiliated, but you also have to think that highly of yourself that I've got something so funny that I need to share it with people and make them laugh.
Now,
I think
when
what
are
he's
you
done-
going to do that?
Ooh.
Well, no, I think what he's asking is like, was there a specific moment, like either you were watching something or talking to somebody or at a show or something where you're like, you know what, I feel like I would enjoy that, or I feel like I could do that, or I could do that better. Like, what is there a specific moment you can track it back to when, like, let's say a switch flipped and you were like,
You know,
I could actually do that.
I don't know. I was a pretty shy kid in high school. I wasn't real popular. I didn't like socialize a lot. It wasn't until I got in my 20s and I was starting to get around people more that I realized that I can say stuff that people laugh at. And I remember watching like Eddie Izzard's like one of my favorite comedians.
I love Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, I remember watching some of his stuff back when I was in high school and really enjoying it, and then watching more as I got older. And
Eddie has been fun to watch as he's gotten older.
right, yeah, well, he wears men's clothes now,
Yeah.
so and a
Well,
beard
it
sometimes.
depends.
Well, like he says, they're all clothes. Like,
Yeah,
you're the
right.
one saying that they're men or women's clothes. They're all fucking clothes to me.
Right,
I'm saying I find Eddie Izzard entertaining.
yeah. So yeah, it was just kind of like karaoke is something else I like to do a lot. It helped me get out of my shell, and I thought, well, this is just another way for me to express myself. But this time it would be something that I created.
So yours was more like gradual rather
Yeah.
than like a
there
a
was never
quick flip.
there was never like a moment
Okay.
where like I think I should do. No, it was just. And then when I don't remember. Well, I don't know if you remember a few years ago when we used to do it over at Brass Monkey.
Yeah.
When I found out about that, I was like, oh, well, here's an opportunity for me to actually try this out. So
And then those shows shut down.
yeah, I think I got to do like 3 or 4 of them, and that was it. But
I don't even know if the Brass Monkey's
Well,
still
the
a thing
reason-
anymore.
no, it's just an empty building now.
You notice that we we do mention his looks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was
Once or twice.
It's like y'all never been around a good-looking guy before.
No, well,
Because y'all are giddy as fucking schoolgirls, and it's been like this ever since I've met y'all. But down at the club, y'all always do, oh, man, Tyler's so fucking sexy. It's like, dude, just go ahead and put his balls in your mouth. If that's what you feel, go for it. Please, just, that's got to be awkward for him.
I guarantee you it's not.
it's building him up.
Because here's the thing.
Building him up. I mean,
I've been hit on by dudes
We've been
all my life.
doing this podcast for how long, and he's just now coming in here. I think
He's
was
been
afraid.
working.
I think he was afraid. I think that's what he told you.
Were you afraid that we were going to
He was
lock you
afraid
in
that
this
you were gonna come
room
here and fucking talk about his
and the
tits all
game
night?
was over? I didn't say
Nah.
one thing about his tits. You did.
You quit looking at his pecs, really.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, this motherfucker's been talking about his dick and drooling for the last 10 minutes.
I don't
that's
give a
what I'm
shit. Just
Well-
let me wipe that right off.
That actually.
saying. You talk about his looks. Continue.
Not afraid. I'm not afraid of it.
As far as comedians go,
Right.
you don't typically meet
It
that
is
as a comic. He doesn't meet the cookie cutter motif of a comic.
Yeah.
It is
And
a
I
little
do
bit
think-
out of the norm.
I only get some sick, twisted pleasure out of it because I watch him when I'm watching him perform, and things that like me or you or even you could get away with by like, yeah, and then this girl, we're talking about how way they look, and they're like, it's just them. But if he gets up there and says it, they're like, God, this guy is a jerk.
Right.
This dude's a
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Shit.
it's like
You know what? Fuck him.
It's like the one area where being good looking is actually a detriment.
Yeah,
You know?
it really is because everybody like expects you to just be good looking.
Right.
Like they're not looking for any kind of like depth or anything.
Well, yeah, like
because
like they look at you and like, well, he never had a developed personality.
it's actually more than that because when you're good looking, like people do nothing but like just wallpaper their fantasy on top of you.
Yeah.
People just like they have this expectation of what they really want, so they're like if a girl's really into poetry and she sees you, she's like, I bet he's a poet. I bet he's a very great, and they just plaster their fantasy on top of you because when you see a really attractive person, that's what you do. You attach whatever fantasy you have.
But that fantasy
to
is
them.
never comedian.
No.
No, it's never comedian.
Yeah, it's always like, I get like rock
David,
star.
It's always weird for like
Poet
I hear
and
him
shit like
thinking
that.
that, but it's the same for guys when they look at chicks. But
Yeah.
it's never like I bet she's a poet. I wonder how good she can suck a dick.
Right, yeah.
It's always the same thing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
bet she has a
he-
slutty stepsister that she's just like wants to. I can blow him better than you. Well, there's only one way to find
I
out.
fucking dare y'all to
No.
find out.
Although,
David pointed
I
that
do
out.
have to point out that I do feel a bit like a douche how we just keep talking about my face.
No, we weren't talking about just your face.
Well, okay.
Mhm.
But yeah.
I mean, you have a personality from the neck down.
Well,
Listen, when you walk, your body talks. All right.
No, but he told me because when I lost all the weight, I was like, man, these jokes, there's just some jokes I can't do anymore. And he looked at me, he's like, Glenn, you are a tall man with blue eyes, high cheekbones, and you're relatively good looking. I went, okay.
You think I'm good looking?
No.
Thank you.
No, he did this. He goes, and those things are terrible for comedy.
Yeah.
Because I had to switch it from sounding mean. I can't do some mean shit anymore. Like when I was big as shit, I could say whatever the fuck I wanted to. I could insult anybody, and it wasn't a problem. Now I really have to walk on eggshells.
Yeah, because everybody looks at the pretty person as like, because they've been rejected by so many attractive people in their life, they're like, I bet he's just an asshole.
yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, being attractive really comes with, like, so many connotations and so many already psychologically
I wouldn't know nothing about it.
triggering things.
Actually,
I mean, like
you would know
it does
'cause you
come
look
with its
like a
own
dad.
set of problems.
Yeah.
No, I've
You know,
definitely
and
looked
it's
like a
not-
dad.
So they treat
It's
you
kind of
like
like
a
that
dad.
scene in like Bad Boys when the rats are eating the money. He's like, we got so much money. And he's like, it's a stupid problem to have, but it's still a problem.
Yeah.
Like I definitely do feel like there are certain expectations that maybe I just don't meet.
Yeah, everybody always, again, it's all about, no matter what, if you're attractive, people have their immediate psychological triggers when they see somebody that's attractive. They have their things that biologically they just go through in their mind, things that they've been predispositioned to, they start going through again. And then they apply what they want to you because you're attractive. Unattractive people can just fucking walk through life. Like, they can just walk through life. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's not as much of a detriment to be unattractive as it is, because unattractive people can fuck beautiful people all day.
Oh, yeah.
day.
All you have to do is invent a social media company or not win an Oscar, but have great roles anyway.
Well, I mean, you
So
see,
what-
you
but
see
have to have
relatively
money.
mundane-looking guys with beautiful women all the time, but a lot of times they're just really cool guys.
Yeah,
Like,
they're just
Now,
really...
they're funny a lot of times is what it is.
Or they, like I said, they're there and they respect and treat women correctly.
You want to know why I got into comedy, right? So as a good-looking guy, I felt like I wasn't getting laid quite as much as I should, and I was like, all these funny fuckers.
So you went after the chuckle sluts, the only thing we had going for us? You decided that you didn't get enough of chubby girls that show up at bar shows that are like, you know what I want to fuck? Somebody who's depressed and makes little dick jokes.
I want to fuck
Well, no,
somebody
but it
who's
was-
sad. That's like saying I want to go to Bosnia so that I can learn to jog really well through gunfire. Like you could just go jogging. You don't have to fucking
Well,
go
no,
to
it
war
was just.
zone.
But the thing was, like, it does sound douchey, but I do know. I know what I look like, and so when I wasn't getting the attention that I saw all these other guys getting, I was like, well, what are they doing that I'm not? And so I figured out. I was like, oh, they learned how to talk to people. They learned how to be funny.
Yeah, you wanted to be liked for more than your appearance.
Right.
And so you felt like in a structure where you would like grow and write shit more, you'd kind of find that out.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Now, the funny part about
I'm not
him-
just a pretty face.
Well, no, that's the beautiful part about what I'm going to say. There's an
Not a piece of meat.
There's an irony to his looks. So Tyler, I don't like. They're going through this thing where like the dad bod is a big thing, and you have poor Tyler here who works hard for the results, right? And the thing that gets me is Tyler he's good looking now, but to millennials he's not.
Yeah,
They're like, no, that's not for us.
that's a good thing. I like older women.
No, no, but the thing about it, the reason I think
They
it's
know
funny
everything.
is ironically, Tyler, now if Tyler would have been his age when we were in high school, the rugged look he's got right now, game on. Tyler would have already been famous.
Yeah.
But now that he's still carrying on the mid-90s awesome ruggedness going on, it's because let's face facts. He's a better looking version of Nicolas Cage and Con Air.
No, he's. I'll tell you this right now.
Fucking nailed that.
I know, right?
He's
Hold on,
the.
take a look at that camera right there for everybody.
Just-
fucking nailed it. Oh man, where's your white wife beater?
Right. should I do that face he makes when he gets a taste of freedom and the way
Here,
it's
hold on.
going?
Let me blow at you.
There's a fan right over there.
Who's wanting to blow his balls now? Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say like he just looks like
Jealous?
the male love interest in any Hallmark movie. Like
Right.
you could see him, he's just like chopping some wood. This girl comes down from the city, be like, "My tire went
Or I get,
explodey."
a lot
Explodey.
of
I don't
people
know how
will
to
call me
change it.
Fabio because of hair, because I don't. Fucking
I
a
talked
foot,
to an
he's a
Indian
foot
guy
taller
from
than me
customer
and got
service
blonde
one
hair,
time
but
that said his name was
so yeah,
Fabio.
like the whole
Nobody's
romance no romance novel cover. God, that was hard to say, but yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I love a good romance cobble.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's gonna call you Fabio
It's a
now,
novel idea.
not since Clemson's quarterback fucking
Oh.
claimed that title of Fabio.
No, but
Yeah, he can have it.
You
He
are
looks
correct
Swedish as
about the
fuck.
Hallmark thing because that's
He
him.
does look like a bad guy from Die Hard.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Clemson's quarterback.
quarterback,
Yeah.
yeah.
He does look like a bad guy from unbelievably.
Well,
like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I have to get back into the dating thing, I was telling him I don't even know where I'd start.
what the fuck are you talking about? If you will get back into the dating thing?
No. We haven't gone public with my personal life, David.
Plus 2 equals 12.
Oh, great.
It did not take long.
Leave it to my comedy wife to open her big fat fucking mouth.
Well, nobody, just
Who
Just keep on skating.
doesn't fucking know?
just keep on skating.
Well,
I'm
Hey, man,
skating.
There's 56 subscribers that might not know, bro.
There's 180 days till we can say anything.
Okay. So anyway, like if you get back
Moving
into the
on.
dating pool,
No, I don't know where to start because rugged's not in, and I don't really know much more of a look than what my
well, yeah,
poor
but you've always had that personality that just kind of demands
transition
the room. And,
Oh, okay.
You know, so I
You
mean,
can go after homeless women.
here's the thing. I've always
Drop them off anywhere when you get done.
right?
well,
You take me home. Where's
Well,
home?
There
That
you go.
corner. Yeah.
and here's the
Just
honest
walk out the door. Oh, you're home.
See?
here's the honest thing about dating, and the thing that like truly sucks about it. And I'll tell you it 100% honestly.
Honesty.
Honesty. Yeah, get your cups out. I'm about to pour you some honesty. The
unsweet for me, please.
the people that are gonna like you are gonna like you, and the people that you're gonna like are gonna like, and you just gotta fucking run into those people. And it doesn't happen often, and you just got to fucking wait for it. Now, you can fuck a lot of strange pussy in between. You can fuck a lot of strange pussy in between. But, like, finding somebody who really likes, who you really like, who really likes you, fucking is literally just a waiting and luck game.
Yeah.
It's just how many times do you roll in the dice at the
Well,
table.
I'm not
I
gonna,
lucked into my wife.
I'm going to
man.
tell you right now that
I can't lie to
I
you.
am super fucked because y'all fucks like me.
Well, no, I lucked into my wife 100%.
Well, okay,
I
so-
walked into Monjuni's to buy some weed out of their kitchen. That my wife.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say some lasagna. But, you know.
No, I mean I don't like Italian food. but
That's
I mean,
where they
the guy
put-
in the kitchen sold good weed.
Yeah,
so
that's where they put the
at a
weed in. They put it in the
reasonable price.
lasagna.
Yeah, no, they put it in the kitchen. I
Okay,
don't know,
so
it's
so let
the
me ask
damnedest
you this:
thing.
so you're with the woman that you want to be with,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
so
we just passed 11 years.
oh well, congratulations.
Many congratulations.
Thank you. So much.
And so do you believe in like soulmates and fate and all that?
No, I don't believe in necessarily soulmates or fate, but I do believe that if you have two people that are working for the same interests, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that my wife and I are soulmates,
Okay.
but I think we have enough in common that we are going to be able to stand the test of time. We'll be able to stand the test of time as long as we're willing to do it,
Right.
and because we have the same type of fun
Yeah.
and we enjoy doing it together.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, I
As far as
agree with
fate,
you.
I don't think that it was fate that I walked into that restaurant that day and my wife called me Pumpkin, and we started dating.
Well, I mean,
immediately.
I don't know if
We
there
had
is an
not-
order to the universe, but I mean, you made the choice to walk in, not knowing that was going to happen, but you
I
made
knew
that
she
choice.
worked there. I knew who
Oh,
she
okay.
was. Like I knew of her,
Yeah.
but we had never like officially met. I mean, and it was. I mean, and it's weird because I couldn't tell you how any of the other interactions with other women that I had went except
Yeah.
for my wife.
Well.
So take that for what it's worth. But I remember I walked into Monjuni's and she said, "You're Johnny." And I was like, "You're Emily, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Hey." And I stuck my hand out and said, "Nice to meet you." And I ended up grabbing both of her hands, pulling her into me, kissing her on the cheek. She called me Pumpkin. And we
Yeah.
just like that. And that's, I mean.
Well, see, and
that
that's the
was
thing. I
12 years ago.
That was
I don't
Smooth,
believe.
Johnny.
Hold on.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
Smooth.
12 years ago, January 31st will be 13 years that we've officially
Been
known each
dating.
other. And I know that.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you when I met anybody else that I had a relationship with
Yeah.
except for my wife.
Well, and I kind of agree with you in that I don't believe in fate. There's not one person out there for anyone. I think that, you know, there might be coincidences, but what you do with it after that, I believe in choices.
Yeah.
And so I
Because if
think
you think that they haven't had, like, after 13 years of knowing each other, you know they've had to have had, you know, a few rough spots
yeah,
here and there.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. We've
And-
had some extremely rough spots, but we have 3 children.
Yeah.
And the 3 children outweigh the bad of anything that happened between
yeah.
me.
Well,
so,
the
but from
point I
that
was
point on,
making-
it's always a choice of, do I stay with this person?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
how much am I willing to put into this?
Yeah.
Well,
It's a choice.
I have always said that falling in love requires no choice.
No, you can't help the way you feel, but you can always choose.
You choose to
your
stay in
actions.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
You
Because,
gotta-
I mean,
That
you can
choice.
choose to. You can choose to cheat. You can choose to
Right.
stay if they cheat. You can choose to
So I
stick
feel like
around or go outside of the.
I feel like you find there are people out there, and there's not just one, but there are people out there that you can make a connection with, that you can feel that compatibility with.
Absolutely.
And then if you find one that you really like, you choose to stay with them because you may not find another one. They are out there, but you may not find them.
Now I have a
yeah, I
friend of
definitely
mine,
don't think I would find another
one like her.
Emily.
Yeah.
I would find another woman. And that would completely fill
Right.
fill a completely different set of needs.
Well,
and
what he
and
was
do
saying,
a different set of things.
So my I'm not gonna say who it is, but there's a person I know that was talking to me about relationships, and he said, you know, the funny thing is about making his marriage work is he's going 13 years now, and he said that what it is every time he's ever thought about leaving, he got to thinking about the fact that he's still gonna like all of those same qualities, but in a different woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he just make it work with the woman he's already got?
Yeah.
Now the reason
Every time I try to walk away, something makes me turn around and stay.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
TLC
But
on it.
another,
Always stick to
like
the
a friend of mine,
rivers
she's
and
getting married,
stream that you
and they watch our
used to.
podcast.
I know that you're
And so
gonna
basically,
let your
they met in a cab. They shared a cab, and then they spent.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that still happened.
Hey, Action Taxi. Shout out to Action Taxi.
No, it was in New Orleans.
Shout out to New Orleans
Anyway,
Taxi.
so next thing you know, they have this wild adventure where one of her friends is like, we're staying in your room, and he was just cool enough to let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, they spent the whole week together, and like they have this cool, it's a really cool fucking story. And the thing is they're like complete opposites.
Yeah.
But they make it work. You can see that she has positive change in her. You can see that he is probably the most patient human being I've ever met in my life. And I mean, he's just, it's really cool to see that. And I really like the fact that, like, sometimes, even if you don't believe in fate and everything like that, it's just sometimes you get to hear, like, she was here on this thing, he was there on business, and then they just met at sharing a taxi.
Yeah, no,
That's so fucking cool to
that
me.
absolutely
that
happens.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's,
But he's also had to
I don't
put
know
in
if
the
it's
work,
fate,
'cause
but
he's
definitely
from up north,
coincidences
and-
bring people together.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. It's like
no, what I'm telling you is I like believing. I like I don't have to say it's real, but I like believing that it's a possibility that fate is a thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about not only is it a
I'm a hopeless romantic, you son of a bitch.
and here's
No,
the
you're
I'm
just
a cynic.
hopeless.
So.
no, here's the actual thing about that.
Fuck you.
Not only is it right to believe in like the coincidence that brings people together, statistically it's going to happen to most people. Because here's the thing, we all are kind of conditioned to look for those moments.
Right.
Because of, culture and the way that we view, the idea of coincidence, serendipity, soulmates and everything. Because we all have these natural ideas and these things that are built into us, we're all kind of always on the lookout for that meet cute, that perfect little moment that just happens so because we're all looking for it, statistically you're gonna find it.
You know what irritates me about the whole love aspect of it is nobody looks at the fact that, like, you have the movie The Notebook. Women love it. It's a good movie, blah, blah, blah.
I've given my piece on The Notebook. Several pieces.
I know, but what I'm saying is this about The Notebook. It is a good example of, it's really sweet to fall in love. But unless you're watching it and you watch the fact that love requires work, time, effort, energy, and at the end, James Garner still gets to watch his wife die a horrible disease.
Well, no,
my point is,
Spoilers! Oh my god!
and here's the thing that
no,
actually,
but what I'm
gonna
saying
watch it this
is what you're
weekend.
saying is that we're all they've got us going into this.
Yeah.
This is what we're looking for, but nobody looks at the rest of that movie past the
Right.
fucking.
But
Well,
here's
and but you
point.
also have to think about it. The thing about a movie is it all takes place within 2 hours of real time.
yeah.
But that story, they broke up several times or for years at a time.
Yeah.
And came back to each other. Like people
just in time for her to get
don't.
Alzheimer's.
But people don't realize. They want
Have
that
we met?
instant gratification, and they don't realize that
No.
sometimes you have to back away.
And here's another thing that movie, and here's where I'll actually tip my hat to the movie, because it's a subtle thing and you don't even think about it. But one of the true messages that's the underlying of that movie is sometimes when you first meet somebody and fall in love, you're not the person that you need to be yet to love that person forever.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is
That's
you're paying
actually
attention.
very pertinent to my situation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is you're looking at that, and they got that love moment where they're like, oh, we met and kissed in France and blah blah blah, and you know what I'm saying? And
we rub noses.
yeah, but it's not. They don't focus on the fact that that movie actually shows you that it's ugly, it's nasty, it's
Yeah.
a rotten experience sometimes. But at the end goal is worth it.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Can I
you
say
have to
something
change
about
who
the
you
movie?
are to get to where you need to be.
Right.
James Garner is the best dad and / accepting husband on the
No,
planet.
let me say something about that movie.
James Garner, I love you.
Never seen it.
Really?
Continue.
Oh.
I mean, I can say that and Water for Elephants. You could probably not watch it and live the rest of your life fine.
Waterworld, though,
Waterworld.
you have to see Waterworld at least.
You
once.
don't have to see it.
Dude,
You really don't.
we can end this shit right now. One time. That and Commando.
I like
Don't talk to me
Waterworld.
again.
That's
love
two.
Waterworld.
That's two that
Yeah.
you don't have
Let
to.
off some steam,
But no,
Bennett. Get out of
here's
here.
the thing. I like Waterworld too, but Waterworld did not have
There
any-
was a part 2.
Waterworld had no themes or like tones or any message
They were
behind
looking
it.
for
It's
land, and they didn't realize that the map was upside down. That was the thing.
Nobody fucking
Flip-
thought of that one
flip your world
fucking time.
upside down
You're
and
sitting
everything
there
will
the
come back
whole
together.
time and you're like, we've been going in a
North
big
is south
fucking
and south is
circle.
north.
You don't.
and here's the thing. So they have nothing but people sailing the ocean all day long. None of them fucking discovered this land.
No.
Right.
No, because
No,
they're
they were
going
getting
in a
chased
big...
by the smokers, man. You know what's up. Come on. Pull your head out of your
I
ass,
don't know.
David.
The ocean is a big place as it is, and in that story, it's
the
even
ocean
bigger.
is bigger.
Yeah,
Shut your
but
mouth. Quit poking holes in my movie.
but also like here's the
Watch
thing.
out for the smokers.
But here's the thing. Like they're in Waterworld. The water didn't rise in a night. Like it took years. So
Not
we
if
still
you,
would
if
have.
you watch the beginning of it, you actually see all the water flood the earth in that little illustration, and it happened like that. So come
Yeah,
on.
but it would have
Well.
like governments would have
very
still been
Genesis
functioning.
I don't think they
how
actually
very
talk about
Genesis
how
of-
Satellites would have still been operational, so they would have just been able to fucking Google Earth and find the land.
They would have, and they would have known about mountains that
Yeah.
probably would have not gone underwater.
Fact.
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 Johnny's just like, I
Kevin-
hate you all right now.
Kevin Costner. It was so long. This motherfucker grew gills. Fact.
Actually, there's a theory that goes around that says that because of the way that human physiology worked, that we're actually prone to faster bouts of evolution than other species.
I can believe that.
Really? Because I read something that says we stopped evolving.
Huh?
No,
If you look at the human skeleton now versus what it was in the 1600s, there are anatomical differences in size. And
because
Oh, yeah.
even our heights changed.
Oh, yeah,
and,
and,
al-
I'm talking
well,
about
no,
in
I-
skull and jaw and everything.
and also
I think a
cognitive.
lot of that might have to do with just,
That's called
scientific advances and
No, that's
our
called
quality of life.
That's called
No.
Or
evolution.
moving to
You're-
different parts of the planet, like different.
100%.
areas
Your
geographically.
cognitive ability right now is far in advanced than somebody 300 years ago.
Well, I would say that my knowledge definitely is.
No, your actual cognitive processing ability is
Zug.
yeah. You
Ready
can
to
process
work.
more information than somebody could 300 years ago.
That's further
That's,
back.
but I could say
That's,
that also more information has been thrown at me
can't
at an
even
early
remember
age
the
than
game.
they ever had. So my
Shit,
brain had to
what's
learn
the
how to
name?
deal with it.
But that's been
What's the name of
more
the game?
information's been thrown
Remember that
at
game?
people's brains for the past 300 years,
World
and
of
so
Warcraft.
your glial cells have actually responded and
work.
become
I'm not
more
ready.
efficient.
That two-headed.
But-
I love
But-
how they're having a
whatever
separate
thing.
conversation.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sorry,
But
no, I apologize, you guys.
It's
Two-headed
just-
trolls.
Whatever.
Yeah.
that's why like so many people believe that like more people are coming around to the idea that humans can have psychic abilities.
Well, I guess what? This is what I'm thinking. What show do you have coming up?
Did I bum a cigarette?
And you're gonna get on to me about fucking segways?
Wait, which one you want?
Uh,
Oh, there you go.
What show do you have coming up?
January 10th at Carlos Tequila and Tacos.
Where's that at?
Downtown Monroe at 10 o'clock, $10 cover. Possibly going to convince David that he wants to do a free
David wants to do it.
do a free amount of time for me to make these millennials giggle.
What about you? You got anything coming?
Nah.
You
I'm
gonna do
about to go out to work. I gotta go back off to the rig.
I gotta ask. You gonna do a show on the rig? Hey, there,
Right.
boys and girls, a $5 cover. Come out here to the.
Yeah.
all you'd have to do is hold up
The
a
hell,
Playboy
man.
on
Yeah,
a
well,
rig.
if we're
and-
talking about evolution, those guys are definitely still stuck in the mongoloid phase. They don't quite get my.
Your humor.
Yeah.
Your
Oh,
highbrow.
so it's 3 weeks of loneliness?
You ain't kidding.
What about you, David?
I got a show coming up at the Great Ref Brewery over in February.
Nice. You know when in Feb?
Uh,
You'll be on the fucking show before
yeah.
then. You just keep
Yeah.
showing up.
yeah, I know. I just keep showing
Hey, man,
up.
you know what?
January
I'm gonna get you a
13th.
key fob.
You know what though? I'll probably stop showing up here for a little while because, like I said, I got to do a shitload of remodeling.
Well, then
so.
I'm not available Saturday.
January 13th is Bears open mic.
Yeah.
I might have to
See, I'm gonna miss that
fucking
one.
go to another one. I hadn't been to open mic in a while.
Well, the last time you got
Yeah, I
the
haven't seen
fucking
you.
what's
flu.
up with LOL? Anybody? My wife.
Do we
asked
really
me-
want to?
my-
Do we
my
want to
wife
talk
asked
about
me
that in
today.
public?
I mean, all right. Well, look, we'll go ahead and call this. Go ahead and end it, Glenn.
And that is
Episode 21.
episode 21 of my podcast, His Man Cave. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bar, and give us some comments if you like everything you've seen.
And whatever meme I asked for at the beginning, if that could be a meme, I think it was like hot. I was like, Big bird full of wieners.
There you go.
Big bird full of wieners. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Spooch.
spooch.